Welcome to this live meditation. We will begin shortly as the timer indicates. If you are watching this video live, then this means that we still have some time, so you can go get a cup of tea and come and join us. If you are watching this video recorded, then this means that this video has already ended, so you can skip this short intro. You can go directly to the session and enjoy the meditation on today's topic. In any case, thank you so much for being here, for the positive energy, the light and love you bring in this community. Hello? I think it's better now. Hopefully you couldn't hear me all this time. Let's see what was wrong. But I just noticed that something with the microphone, maybe a problem with the microphone. Just notice. Hopefully everything was okay from your side. So we will do the first minutes, 3 minutes, and we will close our eyes and we will go back to breathing. Okay, start the timer for 3 minutes. We open our eyes and the 3 minutes passed. Yes, indeed, there was a mistake before. About the microphone, I did not reset it and we didn't have proper sound, I think. And I was saying all this time that Martin is not with me because he enjoys his new purchase, his cat tree. So right now he's at the top of the cat tree. So we don't have a Christmas tree in the home for this year. We have a cat tree. Cat tree is something that has a lot of seats for a cat to jump in from level to level until they go to the top. So Martin right now, he enjoys the life from the top of the cat tree, and he stands over there, right over there where my desk is, and I have placed that cat tree in besides, on the side of my desk, so my kitty will jump in and have the chance to observe from a distance but very close at the same time, and to observe, from the top something. Cats love to observe something, and they want to have the best place, so I gave him this chance. So I'm empty-handed tonight, because he usually sits right there in the on the right or on the left or on my lap, but he didn't today because he enjoys his cat tree. And the topic of today's video, I'm repeating some things I was saying before, because I just realized, just before the meditation I realized that the sound was not okay. But I fixed it at the same time. Just before we started the meditation, I fixed it. So hopefully, yes, I'm sure now you're here, you can hear me, and everything is okay. So drop this first part of that before, when you could not really hear me, and I will discuss again a little bit about the topic. So the topic for today and for the second part of the meditation is feel good in nothingness. So what do we mean nothingness? Nothingness is really everything, because everything is an idea, and as soon as we drop the idea, like we do in the meditation, everything is what is, without any judgment around it, without our things around it, our thoughts around it, without our judgments and critical thinking and whatever. Everything is as is, to experience it in the present moment without us having to put a name on it, to call it something, to create a story about it. So if we drop all this story, all this judgment, we left with nothing. Nothing really matters. Everything is about nothing. But this is not a bad thing. It is not that nothing that we are all afraid. It's really what the things are all about. It is all about nothing. It's all about emptiness. We are emptiness, and we go back to emptiness. And this is not a bad thing. So here in the meditation, we sit in this nothingness, but we learn to love this nothingness. So when really bad things come, we consider those as well nothing. So it's not only about the good things that we are afraid of losing the value of good things. Let's say what Christmas is. Nothing, just an idea. A very nice idea, of course, to enjoy it, but have in mind that it's really nothing. It's a mind-made thing. It's a mind-made celebration. It's a mind-made process. But it's good to enjoy it, having in our mind that we can live with this, although it's nothing. It makes our life, a little bit, happy, better feeling, but by no means we have to base our life on ideas. And of course, this nothingness in the bad things, it's very useful, because what we consider really bad, it's really nothing. It's just an idea, a story about it. So in the meditation, as we observe the thoughts, as we observe the breathing, as we observe how our body feels, we sit with this nothingness, and slowly we learn to accept it, to get something out of it, to get something good, something really helpful about the nice times, something really helpful about the bad times, because the bad times will come as we age, as the time goes by, as we have failures, as we have things in life. Bad feelings will come, bad situations will come. So if we sit with nothingness, and in good times and in bad times, then we feel that this nothingness really benefits us. Anything else is a man-made process. Anything else is a just thinking process. Anything else is just a story, our story about how things are, our story about how things happened, or how things should be and will have to be like that. So we sit with that, and that's why we make these small steps here. We make it with small. We start with small. We sit with our anger. We sit with our love. We sit with our nice feelings or beautiful feelings. But all these deep down are nothing, are just feelings, and one will precede the other, and after the one will come the other. So our time on earth consists of a present moment, moments that we have to experience as is, and not to put our judgments on it, so to make them bad or good. Things are what is, and by this way we mean this nothingness. Nothingness is really nothing, is this quality that we put on the things, this quality of bad or good, this judgment, bad or good, we put on things while really they are nothing. But in order to accept it in a bigger level, we have to experience it in a shorter, smaller level. That's why we are here, to experience it in how our body feels, in how our breathing moves, in the small things. And slowly, with the exercise, with the practice, this is a muscle we're building slowly, and this muscle grows up until we feel comfortable with it. We feel comfortable with ourselves. We feel comfortable with all this doubts that we have, and all the things that are bothering us and feel anxious about. So let's sit now with this intention that feel good in nothingness. And we start with the 4 minutes. We continue with the 4 minutes in feeling in our breathing. Focus on our breathing. Be with our breathing. So I am changing my position because I am a little bit tired, so I leave my feet now on the ground. So I'm in a seated position now, not cross legs. So whatever feels comfortable, do yourself as well. Close our eyes, and the timer will start for the 4 minutes. A bell will ring at the beginning of the 4 minutes, and a bell will stop at the end of the 4 minutes. And in the meantime, we will focus on our breathing, and we will extend the experience to what the body feels, and we will go through these two situations, to our breathing and what the body feels and where we feel this, with the intention to feel good in emptiness, in nothingness. But without trying to think about it, just to feel it. Whatever we feel it. It's empty. It's nothing. It is what it is. It's nothing with regards to our story about it and our thinking, our judgment about it. So I put the timer on, and let's dive in. 4 minutes have been passed, and we are here for the third part of our meditation, which will take place in a while, 5 minutes. And in this part, we will also focus on our thoughts. So we will have to name our thoughts when we observe some thought, and we have to name them. What I have found useful is to name them with 3 ways. We name the past thoughts, we name the future thoughts, and we name the fantasy thoughts. So 3 types of thinking, 3 types of thoughts. When we think something about the past, we say, this is a past thought. And we drop off and we come back to the breathing or to what the body feels. If we think something about the future, some planning we have, some thoughts about, we will do this and this is in our plan to do in our schedule, we name it future thought, just one word, future thought, and drop off and come back to the breathing or what the body feels. And when we have the third type of thinking, thoughts, fantasy thoughts. Fantasy thoughts is thoughts about, some judgments we make, some non-realistic thinking of what we should have said in that case, on how we would have done this, and that was a mistake, and stressful thoughts or anxious thoughts. Whatever is this kind of thinking is really fantasy. It is not a future thought, or it is not a past thought. Whatever it's not past or future, it's fantasy thought. We name it, we drop it, and we come back to the breathing and or what the body feels, and sit in this with this intention to feel good in nothingness. And to feel good in nothingness, because right now we are called just to sit, to do nothing. We are not called to resolve an issue. We are not called to resolve our problems. We are not supposed to right now to think about how to resolve, to put a resolution on something. Right now we sit on nothingness, we feel the emptiness, and we feel the goodness in it, in nothingness and in gratefulness. So let's sit for 5 minutes with this intention, and we name the thinking. As you notice, sometimes I breathe out loudly, and I do that when I feel like that, and I invite you to do the same in whatever stage you are. Just breathe out, loudly, like to take an exhale, and do it, how you like it. So let's start with the 5 minutes. We open our eyes, and here we are again. I don't know about you, but I have noticed mostly fantasy thoughts. So things that happen during the day, I tend to go back to them and to just, imagine and visualizing a new response around it. But as soon as I noticed that, I brought myself back to the present moment, and I felt good in nothingness. That was all the session about, and we needed to practice in everything. Everything goes around it, and everything comes at the same place again. Quietness and peacefulness and nothingness and emptiness and happiness, we can say. Thank you for joining me for today's live. Hope I will see you tomorrow in our next video, and thank you very much for watching this time. Bye bye.